Right, Sanibonani Ninjani, how are you? Right, Kadibi, so my name is George. Right, here with me is Macie. She is my guest today on the show. So yeah, she's going to be sharing some personal information, experiences with us. I'm so glad that she made it to the show. So Macie, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. I didn't know that you might come because this topic is going to be a little bit sensitive. But I believe that as we go, one or two are going to be helped. Right, let's get into it. So, to those who watched our previous video, we were talking about teenage pregnancies, causes and effects, and as well solutions, right? So, as I am here with Macie today, I was chatting with her some days ago. Then she mentioned something that took my attention. Then I had to ask a lot of things. So she said, this thing that you're talking about, the teenage pregnant and stuff, she also went through the same thing as she was growing up. So I asked her if she can just make it to the show and share the experience with other young girls so that tomorrow they can be helped as well as parents. So Macie, as we are in the show,
Yes.
would you like to tell us what happened when you got pregnant at a young age and how old were you by then?
Okay. I was 15 and I didn't know that I was pregnant. You know,
15.
It wasn't something that I was expecting because it wasn't like intentional or something that I wanted. I never wanted that. And I don't think, honestly, anyone wants it. And in my case, it's not like I was someone who was wayward or naughty. No, I was actually quiet and very intelligent at school. But the thing is, life is unfortunate sometimes.
You know, it goes the other way.
Yes. And it's like, in my own situation, it felt like my life wasn't my own. Like, I was being a puppet. Someone was controlling me from behind. Like, when you have relatives, it's like no one actually believes the word of the child, especially if you're a girl. You can't really say it, you know, because me, I was abused, you know, and especially by people close. And if it's family, the family tries to hide it because there's this thing of we can't expose this because it's family. Because this is a member of a family, we can't go to the police. You understand? And actually there was like a meeting. My parents, other elders and so forth. And they had to discuss my fate and actually didn't have a say in it.
And they had to decide on your behalf.
On my behalf. And tell me what to say, when to say it. You know, it's like I didn't have a mind for my own. I couldn't choose.
You're a robot.
Yeah.
You're being controlled.
Whatever that I was gonna say, I was told you must say this. You know?
Yeah.
I'm a child, I don't know what I'm doing. Say this, say this. I was 15 years old. And at first there was talk about abortion. And then when they were like weighing the risks of abortion, they said, oh no.
Because there is death as well.
There is death. We can't lose it because of...
child also,
So when they were weighing the pros and cons of abortion, they decided, okay, no, she must keep the pregnancy and then go on with school. And then when they introduced the father of the child in the mixture, he actually made many promises, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna send you to school, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pay this, and that was it. It was all talk, you know. It's never real. When I look back, it's like I do have some regrets, like only if I could stand up for myself more, if I had said something, if only I had done something different, you know, because now when I look at myself, I feel like, okay, these years I'm not gonna get back. It's like a wrong turn. Something
So,
that you can't
I'm hearing
explain.
what you're talking about. It's very deep sensitive. You know, I'm so happy that you are here sharing this with us. This information is too sensitive for you just to share with the public. But I believe that as a woman, you are doing this for other women and other girls, so that when they hear things like this, parents will be aware of their children, and there must be boundaries, relatives and your daughters, because
And there's
things
always
like
signs.
this happen. So, tell me, when this whole thing happened, how was your school affected by this? Because you're only 15, you still had a lot of things to face, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, it didn't start there. You know, there are always signs. It doesn't come like once like that. It's like you see changes in your child. If you really know your child, you see that there's something wrong. Because for my case,
Especially as a mother.
when I was 15, the pregnancy was actually an outcome of a long time abuse.
So are we talking about something like that started when you were
Yeah,
younger than
when I
15?
started even younger, because it didn't start there. It started from the inappropriate touches from uncles, you know, like those kind of relatives. The way they look at you, they touch you, cousins, you know, like
As a child.
you don't know. At first, as a child, you don't understand what this means.
So,
I actually start to understand now that I'm grown that no, these incidents, these were abuse, but at that age I didn't know. I didn't know that this is abuse. I thought it's affection. It's how it's supposed to be.
uncles play with their eyes.
Exactly.
You know, oh shit.
I didn't know then that this is abuse, you know. And it did affect me because I became too close up. I was never open. Even my mother is like I was scared, actually afraid of her. You know, I couldn't tell anyone these things because at school when you start when you were about like grade 7, you go to these what do you call them, like social studies, and they start teaching us about this stuff, and then you realize, okay, this thing is happening to me, but I'm embarrassed, I'm shy, I can't say this. What are gonna people think about me if I say it? I'm gonna look like I'm damaged good or something.
Look
and
like something that
yeah, people are gonna
doesn't
laugh
matter.
at me. It's those things that you worry about when you are young. And okay, if I say this, what's gonna happen to me? What are people gonna say? Okay, am I gonna look like I'm less of a person, or what's gonna happen? It's that fear that like cripples you.
Yeah, I understand. As a child at 15 years old, you don't have that.
Yeah.
You are just a child who needs guidance.
Exactly, because
So,
for me it started like when I was about 12 years, 11, 12 years.
That's bad. That's bad.
But then it didn't escalate to the point of me getting pregnant. I think it was like when I was Form 1. That's when it started changing. Like, okay, because my body also was starting to change.
You know, when you are 15, 16.
Exactly.
That's where
It's like the growing is starting now. Puberty is starting, you're changing, you don't understand yourself. You know, it's a confusing stage in life.
Trying to experiment sometimes.
Exactly. For me, I was scared most of the time. Usually, I felt like something was wrong. I was mostly an angry child, and I was always fighting. Like, especially with my brothers, I was physical. I was fighting. You know, but the reason I was fighting is that anger, that thing. I felt like I have to defend myself. You know, I still remember there was this time I actually had a fight with one of my brothers, and my mother had to beat me like, "Are you a boy? Why do you?"
She didn't know the reason behind it.
Yeah, but the thing is, she would say, "Are you a boy? You know, why are you fighting? Why?" I was angry. Like, I had this anger in me. Like, okay, I can't defend myself. I'm exactly. I felt the need to fight. Even in school, I felt like if I'm not tough, even with other girls, I felt like I was a bit of a bully because I felt the need. Yeah, I felt the need to protect myself. Like, I don't have to show weakness to other girls. At school, I didn't want to show that I'm weak or I'm hurt. I wouldn't cry in front of other girls. You know, when I'm playing, I wanted to be the boss because I didn't want to look weak. Yeah, I just had this wall built up around me.
So-
If you provoke me, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna pounce at you because it's something that is eating me
I hope
inside.
you are not like that these days. Because
No.
You might as well start punching at me as we are sitting here. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing what they're talking about. It's very sensitive, very deep. So did you finish all your school studies or it disturbed you somewhere?
No, actually, it disturbed me. I
You-
did go back to school after I gave birth.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was so naive. Okay, I was like, after I had the child, I still had some connection with the father of my child, and he kind of promised me stuff like, okay, if you come, I'm gonna marry you,
And you believe?
and I believed it. I'm gonna give you everything. I will bring you to South Africa. Come, I'm gonna give you everything you want. You know, and I was still in school then. I was doing like Form 3, and I was like, okay, cool.
Promise.
No, I finished. I came during the holiday. It was my first time coming here, and look at
was
Joburg,
nice.
my friend. It
was
was
nice.
nice, and things I've never seen before. It was.
Plus, obviously, I was going to treat you better.
I was still like 16, 17 years old, and the thing is like, I was so blinded about the things that I saw. Like, okay, I'm here. You know, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then I believed every word. I believed, okay, these things are gonna be okay. I stayed for some time. I think I was like 18 years, 17 years,
Who were you staying
18.
with, by the way?
I was staying with the father of my child the first time I came. Yeah.
Since he promised to
And
marry you,
he
and
promised
already
everything.
doubt.
There's already
You
a
had no doubts
child.
for anything
I
that
didn't
will come.
have doubts of any kind. But then
So,
things started to change when I came.
Okay?
It was only nice the first days.
First days when you were new.
Yeah. Things started to change, you know, like after some time. I felt somewhat alone here. There was a time I had a sister who lived in Benin.
Yeah?
I used to go visit her and I'll tell her, okay, this is happening. And then she'll say, okay, but you know, these sisters encouraging.
Yeah.
Okay, just stay put, you change, you know, because it was starting to be like, there was no more that attention that I was getting in the first days. And it was
Just
all,
you and your own stuff.
yeah, it was now lonely. Mostly, things just changed. And one day I thought of running away. And I did run away.
Bro, where did you go?
I met this person on Facebook. He said he was a musician, and I was so into music at that stage, and I was like, okay, I wanna do music, and he said, I'll help you, I'll make you a star. Come,
You wanted to be a star.
right? That
You
age.
believed it again.
I believed it again. I was, and the thing is, because the things weren't so good at home. Like, you know, the guy started with the cheating and the stuff. It wasn't, and sometimes he would beat me, you know, and I wasn't happy anymore. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run away with this guy. I'm gonna run. And then I did run away. I went to that guy, not knowing that this guy was a human trafficker.
Oh,
I was almost human trafficked.
what happened? How did you survive though?
The thing is, I was lucky. The guy, the father of my child, noticed that I wasn't there. Okay. And he asked my sister, is she there? She said no. She went to look for a job. And then they started looking for me. And they went to the police. And it's actually the police that found me. You know? And the police was the one who actually told me that this guy we were looking for him for so long, he traffics girls, young girls, to other countries, and they will make you prostitutes there.
So before we even go further with this show, you know, I think you've been there for a lot of girls because now The person who was trafficking girls was stopped by police because they were looking for you and they arrested him. As we speak, maybe he's behind bars. Again, today you are in the show, you are sharing the experience, and you are going to tell them a lot about how your life went and how you were disturbed.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you are a soldier, you must fight for all the ladies out. Can you see that?
Oh, the thing is, it's not easy because as much as you survive all these things, it takes away a bit of you. You know, even if you were a joyful person, these kind of things that happen in our lives,
They always appear in your mind.
yeah, it's like a shadow that you carry around that can't leave you. It's a shadow that you have to carry and live with. You know, it's for me, that thing that happened to me, sometimes I just look back and say, okay, if the police didn't find me, well, yeah, where will I be right now? Maybe in some foreign country, or dead by now, you know. And then,
Yeah, thank God you protected.
yes, the thing is, maybe they found me early because I was there only for 2 days. And then,
So during those 2 days, did they abuse you or something?
no,
Or
actually,
you
there were
just
other
waiting to-
ladies.
Or you were just a group of ladies that was waiting to...
I didn't even know because it's like he wasn't alone. He had this woman he called the aunt, you know, and I was there and they treated me well. I was given everything. They made me comfortable, and it's like maybe that's how they trap girls.
So that you cannot see behind
Exactly.
what's behind their actions.
I didn't see anything, you know. I did not know. I didn't even suspect. But the thing is, one thing that I saw that I noticed in the house where we kept, because it was a flat, there were many passports. You know, the guy had different passports. He had
Himself.
like, yeah, for himself, he had more than 5 passports.
Eish.
You know, and I actually asked, like, okay, why do you have so many
All
passports?
these.
Because they were from different countries, from Namibia, from Zambia. He had different passports. And I was young, I didn't even think about it.
All you wanted was to be a star.
All I wanted was to be.
This thing of being a celebrity.
Exactly. And then I didn't even
But
think
it's-
that something was wrong.
Yeah, you were so lucky. You were
You
so
know?
lucky because when times like this one, you don't normally survive. It just happens.
It
So
was just, I don't
when
know.
this whole situation of falling pregnant took place, were you staying with your parents or what happened? Who were you staying with?
Yes, I was saying.
And your uncle?
It actually happened in my house.
Your house.
Yeah.
And were your uncle staying with you guys? So are you telling me that your parents could not see that the actions of your uncles towards you are not clean?
No,
Or they could not do it in front of your parents?
no, actually, it never happened in front of them. The thing is, I used to sleep with a man. You know,
Yeah.
in my room, I shared the room with a man.
Yeah.
So what will happen is, he'll sneak in the middle of the night, and while me and the maid are sleeping, was only me and the house girl who was sleeping in that room.
Yeah.
And he'll sneak in and go out afterward.
This is so
And
touching. This is so touching.
He will like say things like, if you say anything, no one will believe you, or I'll give you money for you to shut up, or it was always different, you know, and say who's gonna believe a small girl.
And was the maid
They'll believe me.
available every time?
Most of the time,
And she could not say anything as well.
I don't think she saw anything. If she did, maybe she was told to keep quiet too. I don't know. I don't think she
I
saw
just
anything.
hope that people around out there, you guys who are watching the video, please, you need to fight for one another. When you see a child being abused, you don't need to keep quiet. Even you parents, don't trust anyone around your child, because the story we are listening to today is very sensitive. Imagine at 15, she was already about to be a mother, of which she needed a mother who can protect her, a mother who can teach her all the things of life. So make sure that whoever is with your daughter, you trust that person. And by the way, don't trust anybody, especially these uncles. You heard how she was explaining the way they were touching her, playing with her. You know, don't trust uncles around your daughters. If they have to hurt you for the sake of your daughter, please do. Now listen, she almost went into human trafficking just because she was trying to find herself out. Because guys, let's make sure that these young girls are safe. So I'm hearing what you're talking about. So after this whole situation, the school and everything, nothing worked out. The school was damaged, everything. Are you qualified to anything?
I did my O level,
Yeah.
and it wasn't really the ideal surroundings, but I did. And I had like 4, and then I went to Form 5. I finished my Form 5, and I was supposed to supplement, but I did supplement to make it 5. But I did my A level. I finished my Form 5, and then in December, after I finished on the holidays, when I finished my Form 5, I then came back here, and I never went back to finish my A level.
So that's where you stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we also saying that you stopping going to school, finishing school, it has anything that involves you being pregnant at 15? Was you knowing South Africa was the reason of this man that was over here? He had to come because of you.
Yeah,
so,
he was the one who
when you
made
stopped
me come.
the school coming, when you came here, when you came here for the second time or third time, when you're supposed to finish school after you went back, were you coming to him again or doing other things?
Yes, he was the one who sent me money for bus fare.
And you came?
That's it. Yeah.
And he couldn't send you back?
No. I stayed.
Stayed.
That was after the incident of almost being human trafficked. I went home and he followed me home. That time he followed me and said, and went to my parents and said, no, I want her to be my wife. But then he didn't even pay anything. He was just words.
He was just a man of words.
Yeah, he was just a man of words. He would promise things, and then you know those things he would say, like convince you, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Exactly. He will say, I'm gonna do this.
Believe it.
And I did believe it. At first I did. It's like my sister had to convince me to come back. I said, go with him. He said he's gonna marry you. Okay? He's gonna give you a good life. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do
Imagine
this.
he said, why didn't they say, he said
He didn't
wants
do,
to. He said.
He just said, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So, I think those with ears you are hearing. So tell me, what would you like to say to other mothers out there and other young girls concerning these matters of teenage pregnancy, disadvantages? Because you've explained how it disturbed your life, everything that took place in your life. So what would you like to say to the mothers out there, fathers and brothers and sisters, whoever needs to be taking care of their young girls?
Okay, to the parents, I think if you must be open, don't make your children fear you. Make them trust you to say everything that is going on in their lives. They might not tell you everything, but if you know your child, if you're close, if you have that relationship, that bond, you will notice that there are changes in my child's life. There's something happening, and you'll be able to catch these things sooner. And to the girls, don't be too afraid to speak up. Because I regret not saying anything. I regret it not telling anyone what was happening to me. It's better to say something. I know it's not easy. It's scary, but it's always better to say something because in the long run, it's gonna help you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Currently, are you in a business or anything that are doing that might require clients to join you or support you?
Yes, I take care of children for those working parents.
Wow.
During working hours. You can drop off your child early in the morning, and then later in the evening from 6 you can pick up your child. Yeah, I take care of children, and also I sell sneakers.
So since you are in a business, I think you can just give them your contact details, be it email, whatever. I don't know how you communicate with your customers.
Okay, my email is matutaru@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, Macie. It was so good to have you. I think this information is going to help a lot of girls